Okay, so good morning to everyone. Now, in the last class, we are discussing over this program, that is the using AWT class. That in AWT programming, we are discussing that how using the graphical, if any graphical program we have to done, we have to use the AWT concept, and through this Java AWT, we will do the programming. Now, this is we are discussing about a simple AWT example, the AWT programming. In the last class, we started the discussion that it is the simple AWT programming. Now, for doing the AWT programming, what we have to do first, we have to import the package. We have to import the package because all this graphical or user interface, all of this user interface, graphical user interface are present on the AWT package, java.awt package. So we will use that. We will use that in our program. So for that reason, we have to import this package. Import java.awt.star. Now star means all the classes, all the graphical user interface classes will be imported to our program. Now in this next we have used java.awt test. Now this is the name we have given our class name. This is our own class name, user defined class, and which is extending frame class. Now this frame is what? This frame is a predefined class. This frame is the predefined class. Now this frame class is imported in this java.awt package. That means it is present in the java.awt package. So that's why we are able to use this predefined frame class. So here we are doing class awt test extends frame, predefined frame class, which is present in the Java. Now that means what? All the variables and methods that should be present in the frame class will be extending by our AWT test class. So inside of it, whatever the methods present, that can be used by this class because it is extending. So after that, what we have done, AWT test. This is what? This is the constructor. This is the constructor of our this AWT class. Okay. Then inside this constructor, what we have done inside this constructor, we start creating the object of the class that is present, because now we have to use that. So for using any method, we have to create that particular class object. Now here you will say, then why we didn't create the class of object of the frame? Because we are extending the frame class. Now if we write class awt test only, in that time we have to create the frame class object also inside this constructor. But here we are directly extending. That means we are directly inheriting the properties. So that's why here normally automatically all the methods that is present will go inside the AWT class. But if we write class AWT test only and didn't write the extends frame, in that case we have to create the object in the constructor. Here we have to create the object. But let's say we didn't use here, we are extending the frame class, so that's why we didn't creating the object of the frame class. But if we didn't use that, then that time we have to create the object. Now inside of this AWT test, this is what? This is the constructor. Now constructor is used for what? Constructor is used to construct or initialize the object. So that's why all the object we are creating inside it. Now first we want that there will be as a frame present in this, like this a frame will be there, and inside this frame there will be a button present. There will be a button present, and over that button some statement should be written. So we are extending the frame class, so that's why we didn't have to use create the object here. So we directly didn't write anything for the frame. but button, we are not extending the button class. So that's why what we have to do, we have to create the object of the button class. So that's why inside the constructor, you see, we have created the object of the button class in our program. That is how we created. This is the button class button. Then B, this is the object of the button class which is created in our Java program, equal to new button. And over that button, what will be written? Over that button, it will be written click here. So over that button, we will write click here. So like this, we have created the button class, and over that button class, what statement will be written? Click here. Now this is what this is we called label. Level of the button. Level of the button. So the level of the button is what? The level of the button will be click here. It will be written. Now after that, we have to set the position of the button. Now we have used that, we have created the object, it's okay. But after creating it, we have to set the position of the button. That means in which position the button should be placed. So that's why we have used, you see, B. B is what? B is the object of the button class. So that means we are creating this, setting the position. Setting the position of whom? Setting the position of the button. So that's why we have called using the object of the button, that is b dot set bounds. That means the button position will be fixed with this method. And here as a parameter, we are sending 4 inputs, that is x1, y1 and x2, y2 coordinates. Okay, so now that is what the position is fixed. The position of the button will be fixed now. By this coordinates, the position of the button will be fixed. Now, after that, the button is created and the button's position is fixed. Now, the next stage, what we will do? Now, the next step is we will use the set size method. Now, this set size method will do what? This set size method will set the size. This set size method will set the size of the frame. So, frame size will be fixed using the set size method. So, set size. Yes, you can say that, why sir? Then here we will write f dot set size. Yes, if you didn't write this statement, class AWT test, and then you have to write inside this AW test frame f equal to, that is if anything you name the object. Let's say I am saying that frame f equal to new frame, and then you have to use f dot set size, because f is the object of the frame class. If we didn't use this statement extends frame in that case, but here we are extending, so that means automatically all the methods should be imported, all the methods should be extended by our AWT test class. So that's why we do not need to create the object of the frame class, and through that object that method should be called, because frame, inside the frame, set size, set layout, set visible we have. But if we didn't use this statement extends frame, in that case inside of this AWT test we have to create the object of the frame class, and through that object we have to call the set size method. With that object you have to call the set layout method. With that object you have to call the set visible method, and with that object you have to call the add method. But here it is not, we do not have to use that, because we are directly extending the frame class. This is the difference. Now that's why we have used set size method. Set size method will do what? This set size method will fix the size of the frame. That is 400, 400 we are passing. That means this frame which will be created, this will be on the 400, 400 location. And set layout is what? Set layout is how it looks like. The frame layout will be what? Mainly, normally the default layout we want to choose, the default layout that will be discussed in the layout manager. The layout manager, when I will discuss that flow layout is what? This is the default layout. but it doesn't have to mention. If you want any of the other type of layout, we have total 4 types of layout: grid layout, card layout, flow layout, like this. That if we didn't use anything, we write normally null, then our flow layout will be chosen. The flow layout is the default layout. So that is what in the layout class I will discuss about that. But for this purpose, you only know that we have 4 types of layout, and over this flow layout, card layout, grid layout, like this we have layout, and the default layout will be chosen is the flow layout. Now here we didn't use any layout name, so we are considering that only null, so the default layout will be chosen. The default layout, that is flow layout, will be chosen for that. And set visible is what, that it should be this frame we have created, this frame should be visible or not. And as a parameter, what we are sending, true or false. Now if we write false, then that will be not shown. True means it will be shown. So now our frame layout is done, and frame will be visible or not, it is done. Okay, but the main thing we didn't added now all until now, that is, we have created the frame, we have set the position of the frame, we have what layout of the frame that should be, and is the frame will look like, we have done that. And also we have created the button, and the button's position we also have done. But the main thing till now we didn't done is the adding of the button over the frame, because button will be over the frame, button will be placed over the frame. So that's why we have to add add components. So for adding the components, we have to use the add value. So add b, as a parameter we will send the button class object. So that means the button will be fixed over the our frame now. So over the frame the button will be placed now. And in the public static void main, inside of it we are creating that class object here. So awt class which we have, we are creating that class object, awt test a1 equal to new awt test. That means we are creating the object of our awt test class. Now if we run this, then it will look like that. If we run this program, so let's say this will look like this. That means this is what, this is our created, this is the frame, this is the frame we have created. And over that frame, what we have done over that frame, in this frame we have created a button, and over that button we have said that what will be written over that button. Over that button it will be written click here. So that is what you see, it is written click here. And we have fixed the position of the button, we have fixed the position of the button in the frame, and we have added this into our frame. So like this we will done this program. So that means this is the interface, or this is the graphical interface we have created. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our the program which in the last class we are discussing. Now we will discuss about the AWT. In our AWT, the graphical user interface we have, and how we will do that using that interface, or using that mainly user interface will be present like you have seen the button is present like a class. Then frame is also presented like a class. So all of this will be as a class, because in Java everything is present as a class. So one by one all the elements we will see and how it can be used, and for what purpose these elements will be used, we will discuss now. So the first, this is the AWT UI elements. This is we have. Now, first element is the level. The level is, this is click here. This thing is we called as the level of the button. Now, for that, we doesn't create any event. That means event means what? Now you see that after pressing, there is a button present and there is written try it or click here, and you press that button, a new page or anything have opened, then we are saying that pressing that button, it can be created any event. So this is the event concept. That now level is what? Level is only written click here, but after pressing that, over that, it is created nothing, so no event is generated. Now if we press a button, then it can happen that after pressing the button we can go to another page, or pressing that button we can go to the previous page, like this. This is called an event. But click here is what? This is the level. So pressing the level, there is no event generated. We are not generating event by pressing the level. We are generating the event by pressing the button. Click here is a statement, like, so it we call the level. So level is the statement. So that means we are saying that doesn't create any event. Level will not create any event. And object of the level, we doesn't passive control, that does not generate any event. So text cannot be changed by the end user. Okay, so now to create a level, so how we can create a level? So to create a level, we have to create the object of the level class. We have to create the object of the level class if we want to create any level or use level in our program. So that means we have to, what we have to do, we have to create the object. We have to create the object of the level class. So how we can do that? Using level L equal to new level. So this is what we have to, if we want to use the level, then first thing in our program, what we have to do, we have to create the object of the level class. So that's how we will create the object using level, then give any name of the object equal to new level. Okay. And as a parameter, this is the statement you have sent. Now that means what? Here I have sent EEC. So that means when level is created with the value EEC, level is created. And after that, L dot set text. Now L is what? If you see, L is the object name which we have given, the object of the level class. Now through that object of the level class, we have to calling set text method. And inside this set text method, as a parameter, we are saying that it will be a statement EEC classes. Let's say we are taking this example and it will be show EEC classes. That means to retrieve the string of the following level, we have to use get text. Now set text is what? Set text, this will be written now in the level. In first time it was EEC. When the level is created, in that time we have mentioned that the level will be EEC. But after that we are calling that level. That means through L is what? The object. The object of the level class, we are calling the set text method, and inside of it the statement is EEC classes. Now previously in the level the statement is EEC, but now the statement will be EEC classes, because set text will set the text now. So instead of EEC, now it will be shown as EEC classes. Now to retrieve the string of the following level, that means we have saying that it will show that EEC classes now. To retrieve that level, we have to use get text method. Now how we will use? with the object of the level class. So through object of the level class, we'll call the getText method. Now, if we call that method, then it will return the string value of the level. So if we have used the level, then we have to first thing we have to do in our program, that is creating the object of the level, and after creating the object of the level, we can use the setText or getText method. Through setText, we will set the text value. So what the text it will be shown in the level, we will fix that using the setText method. And through getText method, what we will do, that the string which we have fixed, we want to retrieve that. So using the getText method, we will retrieve that. This is the concept of the first user interface element, that is the level. Okay, so this is the level, and this we can use like that. Now next
Hello,
is the
sir, can you please repeat set text and get text?
okay. So setText is what? First, when we will, let's say this is the statement. So level L equal to new level EC. That means we are creating what? We are creating the level class object. And inside of this level class object, that EC is stored, because as a parameter, we are sending EC. So that means inside the L, this EC value will be stored. So like this EC value will be EEC value will be written. Okay. Then L dot set text. Now L is what? L is the object of the set level class. The level class which we have created, we have named that object as L. So through that object, we are calling set text method. And this set text method will do what? This set text method will set the text. And inside whatever the statement we have written, it will set that text. Now inside of it, we have written EC classes. But previously what we have said, that the level is, and inside the level, it will show EC. Now through set text method, what we are saying, we are setting the text, and it will instead EC, it will show as EC classes. So instead of EC, it will now show EC classes. EC classes. Now, to using getText method, now by using the getText method, we will retrieve this string. We will retrieve, if we want to show, if we want to see, then in that time, this will be used as the getText method. That means the string that is stored in our program, we have stored in our program, that string we want to show. In that time, we will use the getText method. That means string value of the level will now be shown using the getText method. So setText is setting the text, getText is retrieving the text. It is what the form. Like if you go to comparing it, then that means what? If you go to that, you will see getS, putS concept, or printf, scanf. In scanf, we have done what? The user input which we are taking, and through printf, we are seeing that value. Same as that, setting the text, and after that, to retrieving that, we are using the getText. Okay.
Sir, set text is used to modify the level.
Modify that whatever you have stored. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Then next, the user interface element is the text field. Text field. Now text field is what? It allows the user to edit single line of text. That means how? If you see a text field looks like what? Like this, a single line is present. in the text field and you write any statement inside it. So text field looks like this, that it will look like a single line of a text you will write inside it. This is the text field. Now text field will generate an event. That means when you are typing in the text field which you have given and you are typing or writing the statement inside it, that means what? Event is generating. That means you are typing. So for that, when you are typing, then the event is generating. So like this, the event will be generated when you type something over it, when you will type in the text field. Okay. So now what you have to use, first what you have to do when there is a text field there. So for the text field, we have to create the same as that. First we have to create the text field object. First you have to create the text field object, like you have level in your level. You have also seen that first you have to create the object of it. Same as that, if you want to use the text field, then you have to create the text field object first. So for creating the text field object, what you have to do? First text field tf. So this is the object we are creating. So text field tf equal to new text field, and as a parameter we are mentioning the size of the text field. As a parameter we are mentioning the size of the text field. That means our size of the text field will be what? Now this is what we are sending 10. Let's say as an example we are taking 10. So that means text field object, this text field object will hold the size of the text field. That means our text field will what? Our text field will look like this, and its size will be 10. We are mentioning that. We are mentioning that our text field size will be what? It will be 10. And then using the set text method, you will write something, and through get text method, the statement you have written, you will retrieve that same format, same as get text method you have, like that you have used in the level, same you have to use here. So first if you want to use the text field, then create the text field object, and as a parameter mention the size of the text field. Then through the text field object you call the set text method. Using that set text method you will write the statement there, and through the get text you will do what? Through get text you will retrieve the string or the thing you have written there. So text field user interface will work like this. Okay. So this is the second type. Now the third type already we have seen in our program, that is the button class. Now when we press a button, then the event is generated. Now let's say if there is a button present and we click over that button, then pressing that button you can go to the next page, or you can be back to the previous page. So any event will be generated if you press the button. That's why it is saying that it will be generating an event when pressed or released. Now if you want to see, if you want to use the button in our program, then already we have seen the command. We have to create the object of the button class. So that is why we are creating like this, button b equal to new button, and as a parameter we have to use the level or the statement that should be shown over that button. So this statement we used for our button. If you want to use the button in our program. Then fourth type is what? Fourth type is checkbox. Now checkbox is basically what? When in the Google form you have seen that sometimes there is written like department, and in the Google form you will see that, or anywhere you will see that in department, under the department like this you have mentioned there CIE, then EC, like this, EC, then civil, CE, like this, all the departments are present. Now, when you choose the department from there, you put for that, you write option, you will put that if yes, I am the CSE person, so I will write that CSE, because like that there will be present. That means which option is true, you will choose that. That's how it is present. That's how that in Google Form you will see that in sometimes you have to fill, there is a department present, and inside the department there the options are given. Now the particular department person you are, you choose that department. So this is what this is like. You have seen that. Now to create this simple checkbox type, this we called as a checkbox. Now to create this simple checkbox, we have to create the checkbox class. So that means this is what this is have also mentioned in the Java. This is have also mentioned in the Java, that we have to create this like this. This is a checkbox. So we have to create the checkbox class. We have to create the checkbox class in our checkbox class object in our program. So how we will write that? Let's say first checkbox, the first checkbox will use checkbox C1 equal to new checkbox. So that means inside of it as a parameter we are sending, let's say as an example we are sending CSE, null and true. Now it will create what? CSE, like this a checkbox will be created. Like this only a checkbox will be created. Now here you see we are mentioning null in the second parameter. Now null means what? The example which I have shown, that inside the department all of this checkbox are present. That means checkbox group inside department is the checkbox group. But if we mention null, that means this checkbox which is created, it is not present in any of the checkbox group. If we want to, that example which you have shown, that inside the department these checkboxes will be present, then you have to write here the department. You have to write here the department. Then it will be understand, yes, this CSE is under the departmental checkbox associated group. But here we are mentioning null, so that means it is nothing. It is not present in any of the checkbox group. And true means what? True means automatically chosen. That means checked. Automatically chosen, and it is checked. The next checkbox C2, we are creating another checkbox, and inside it we are, as a parameter we are sending IT, null and false. So that means another checkbox will be created. That name will be IT. And this also we mentioned null. That means this checkbox is also not associated with any of the checkbox group. So this will be like this. And we are mentioning false. That means not checked. That means by default not checked. So there will not choose that. So it will look like this. Now, if we want this CSE and IT should be present in any checkbox group, then here the example which I have shown, in there you have to mention the department. Here also you have to mention the department. Then it will understand that department is the checkbox group, and inside this checkbox group, these checkboxes are present. Now, the true means it is checked, but if false, we mention that means unchecked. The checkbox is unchecked. So that's how the uses of the checkbox in the Java program. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And another is we have this checkbox, and there is also one thing that is the radio box. But Java doesn't have any radio class in the AWT package. any radio class concept is there also, but radio classes in Java, there is nothing present in like that radio classes. So that's why we do not use that radio box here. But checkbox concept is that. Okay. So there are many classes are present. We will discuss in tomorrow. There is a total 10, another 6 classes like that are present, user interface. So today there is not so much time left. So we will discuss in the next class. So tomorrow we'll discuss about that. And in your syllabus, in your our Java programming syllabus for upcoming internal will be up to the applet. The applet, up to the applet, the syllabus will be for your upcoming internal examination. And for your internal examination, the questions format will be uh, one number questions will be 10, one number questions will be, and 5 2 number questions will be there. So total 10 into 1 10 and 5 into 2, that is 10. So 10 plus 10, 20 marks questions will be there for your upcoming internal. One number questions and 2 number questions will be present. Okay. Okay. So it is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then, thank you everyone. I am ending the session.